Recording in progress.
Okay, well, we're going to start a little bit earlier today, and the reason for that is that I am going to be simultaneously broadcasting this on YouTube, so we're going to give them a few minutes to come online on the YouTube channel, and that way we're getting the recording of this webinar directly pushed to YouTube, which is kind of exciting. It also means I don't have to remember to download it and then upload it, and it means that my 1,365 subscribers all get notified that we are currently live. The only issue, and I apologize if you are watching this on YouTube, is I can't keep up with the questions on YouTube. I haven't worked out how to do that yet with OBS. So hopefully I will work that out very shortly. And if you are on YouTube and you do leave a question, I will go back afterwards and see if I can answer any of those. So there we are, coming up to the top of the hour when we'll be starting officially. I have got some things planned for today. However, normal rules apply for those of you on Zoom, and that is use the chat. Feel free to chat away as you like. However, if the chat does get busy and you're asking a question, please go ahead and use the question and answer system within Zoom, because that way it keeps the questions separate and they don't disappear after all the fireflies and otters and so forth who are about to start joining, because it is now 11 o'clock. So welcome. It is Friday. It is the end of the week for those of you that have weekends. I had weekends once. I remember they were awesome. This weekend here in Texas, we are about to have a crazy weather storm. He's called Fern. Not quite sure why storms need names. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just a pain in the butt. But yes, Fern is on their way. I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl storm, so they're on their way, and so hopefully I will be able to work this weekend and won't lose electric or internet or all those things that you need as a internet consultant. Well, it is time to get started. The numbers are filling up. This is awesome. What I'm going to be working on today is your questions. Obviously, if you have any questions, and put those in the Zoom question and answer system. But I'm going to be working on what you do when you've built an app, a website, a system, and then you decide you don't like the way it looks, but you love everything else about that app. And so we like the functionality, we like the features, we like everything else, but we don't like the fact that it's got oh wait, I'm not showing you my screen. We don't like the fact that it's got emojis all over the place. Let me just move that camera to a better position so you're not looking right up my nose. There we go. Yeah, so we don't want emojis. We don't want these emojis that just make it look bad. Lots of things got added to this site. This site came about in April, and then we just added to it as you wanted more things. And over this weekend, I'm going to be launching another new product. Yes, another new product. So in December it was, we launched our hosting service. That's running pretty well, pretty pleased with that. And this weekend, I'm going to be launching a brand new service, which will be of interest to those people using Famous. Now, before I launch that, I want this site to look pretty good, right? So, and I don't like it. So I went to the club, and instead of using Grandma, because she's very much built as far as building an app from scratch, I used the original prompt builder, and I told the original prompt builder that I would like a prompt that will take an already created app and redesign it without losing any of the functions. Just make it a modern design with removing emojis and replacing with graphics and nicer formatting, keeping the heliotrope purple as the main theme, 8811DD. So it came back with a prompt, and then I realized we didn't mention anything about mobile responsiveness. It's really important that the app is, or the website is obviously mobile responsive. And so the next part I said is please add that it should be slick in mobile screens too. And then it added point number 7 here. And so we're going to take this. I'm not going to even bother editing it in any way. We're going to take this and throw it at this app. We are going to edit it slightly because it says redesign an app. So I'm going to change that to this app. While preserving all of its current functionalities and user flows, the goal is to update the app's visual style to be more modern and appealing following these guidelines. Color, typography, graphics and icons that telling it that we don't want, hey Carlin, we don't want emojis, layout and spacing, employ a minimalist design approach with ample white space to create a clean and breathable interface, user interface elements, redesign buttons, input fields and so forth. That's all good. Consistency, maintain consistency across all screens and elements, ensure the app is accessible considering contrast ratios and text size up for readability, mobile optimization, and then focus on creating a visible, cohesive, and engaging experience that appeals to contemporary users while retaining the app's original functionality. Provide a before and after comparison to highlight the improvements and modernizations made in the redesign. Are we ready to see what happens? Will it break? Or will it be awesome? What's your votes? If we're going to use one prompt, do we think it will completely break it, or do you think it will be awesome? What do we think? Or do you think that I need to give it more information about what I'm looking for? Right now, I've been very vague. I just told it I want it to be more modern and less clunky. Just run it. Stop talking and press the button everyone's saying. Okay. I will run it and we will see. Now, the good thing about Famous and any AI app builder is that we can roll back. What this shouldn't be doing is changing any of our functions and our code. So we can roll back. If this was changing functions and features in Supabase, rolling back isn't as easy because those functions don't roll back when you roll back the main site. So let's see. I'm going to move away from this screen. Oh, no, I'm gonna see it when it's finished. So that's all good. While we're doing that, let's go ahead and look at the actually that app doesn't use a database. No, that app doesn't use. I was going to say we could look at the security errors that app might have, but it doesn't actually have a database because all the database is in the club and not in this site. What this app does have is links to Go High Level. It has links to Stripe and so forth. So we want to make sure all of those functions are working. And then once this is redesigned, we need to work out where we're going to put link to the hosting service, which isn't on this site yet and should have been. That we launched that a month and a half ago. And so we need to add that. And then we need a space for this new this new product that is coming this weekend. A little bit excited. Just a little bit. Cool. All right. Any questions while we're waiting for this to happen? Does anyone have a burning question to ask that they would like me to answer? That's the point of this. It's a drop-in webinar for you guys. If you're using Famous and you've come up against problems, throw them in the chat. Chat does seem to be a bit quiet, so you can throw them in there. I will see it. If the chat does get busy, though, I will ask you to put the questions in the questions. What's the new product being added? Tina, I would love to tell you, but I am keeping it a secret until Monday's club webinar. That's when it's going to be first launched on the club webinar. And then on Wednesday, on my big webinar, the mega webinar on Wednesday, will be the first time non-club members will, well, I guess unless you go to the website on Monday, you'll see it on the website on Monday. But I'm excited about it. It's going to be something that quite a few of you are going to be interested in. It's definitely going to help people move forward. In other news, Famous just got some pre-seed, well, Famous Labs, so that includes Deal and Super Cool and Famous and all their other projects. Just got some pre-seed funding, so seems like things are going well in the ecosystem as far as future development is going to be pretty exciting. So I don't work for Famous, so I don't get any of that. But it's pretty exciting that they got this pre-seed funding. I actually know one of the people that's in the group that just threw some money at them. So pretty exciting. I knew about this actually in December, but I wasn't allowed to say anything. But it got made public a couple of days ago. So can I hook my app to Deal AI's image creation software? No. So Deal does not have an API, but you can use OpenAI or Grok or Gemini or whoever you want to use for image creation, so that images are created on the fly. I use OpenAI for my image creation. In fact, the app that I'm using for the Revenue Cat webinar on Monday, and I'll talk a little bit about Revenue Cat webinar in a minute, is going to have image creation built into the iPhone app. So that's pretty exciting. Revenue Cat is a system that helps you manage your subscriptions for iPhone and Android apps. So when someone cancels via the phone settings, they're not inside your app. It helps with sending the notifications for you. Oh, I'm sorry. It helps with sending the settings to your. Thank you, Janelle. It helps sending the settings to your app so it knows to switch off any features that they're no longer paying for. So I'm doing a special webinar on Monday. Janelle's just put the link in. It is by registration only, and it's a free webinar, and realistically the replay of that is going to be a paid for video. So come to the live webinar for free, and we're seconds away now from seeing what this redesign is going to look like. So a little bit nervous. But yes, the webinar on Monday is going to be all about Revenue Cat. This is in addition, if you're a club member, it's in addition to the club webinar, which is an hour before. So I'm going to be busy because I've got back-to-back webinars on Monday. All right, come on, let's go. Redesigned the hero done with you with modern gradient background, improved the video player and sleek CTA actions. Rating Hero Club modern. So it's putting a more gradient effect to it, which might be nice. And redesign the club benefit with lucid icons, replacing the emojis. Okay, so we're still keeping icons. Icons are not necessarily better; they're just different. But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. And it's improved the badges. Okay. I'm a little bit nervous. An icon to me is just a bigger list of emojis. It's if we look here for let's go here, lucid icons. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Go here. All right. Lucid icons, you'll see they're just basically emojis that you can set to any color you like. It's basically a typeface. It's a bit like, oh, what was it, Wingdings? So I'm not sure whether that's better or worse. We've now replaced our emojis with Wingdings. Oh my goodness. All right, what's this? I need an app for warehouse asset management. Awesome. Well, definitely you're in the right place. Famous will be able to handle that. I would definitely suggest that you start with a web app, a progressive web app, so that you get things working and tested. A progressive web app will work just the same as a mobile app, but the nice thing is that you can even use it from your desktop. So in your warehouse, if you had inventory computers in the corner of the warehouse, then that would run the app as well. Whereas if you just did it as a native mobile app, it wouldn't run on a desktop. So I would definitely, yes, I don't want to see Wingdings. So I would definitely suggest, Uriel, that you have you do it as a progressive web app first, and then look at progressing the progressive web app into a native mobile app. Okay, come on. Here we go. Oh, oh my goodness. Okay. Well, this doesn't look any different. Maybe we've got this slight gradient going on here. But, okay. I guess it's slightly different. It's more white than purple with purple accents. These are the icons. They are nicer than emojis. I give it that, because you can color them and so forth. First impression, guys, give me this a score out of 10. Not for functionality, but just from a redesign point of view. Give me a score out of 10 for this redesign. These things don't fit on the boxes here. That's just coming from Trustpilot. Let's look at the done with you page. This is my main source of income. So the call to action is still way below the fold here. In fact, the call to action is still the same. It's just added some glow to the bottom of it. I must say, I am I am disappointed with this. All right, give me a score, guys. I want to see a score out of 10 if you were a redesign examiner. Out of 10, it looks busy. Yeah, it was busy before, and now it's no less busy. So, yeah, I think 6. Yeah. All right. Anyone else? No one else got a score? This is yeah. I'm. How much did this redesign cost me? $7.82. Now, I guess if I had given this to a designer, probably would have cost me more like $782. rather than $7.82. But I probably could have gone back to them and gone, no. Or they would have asked me better questions at the beginning. We've got these buttons here that are white on white. That's no good. What happens under events? App, legend, webinar. Okay, this I didn't even finish, so I need to I need to fix that because that doesn't work. Showcase isn't finished either. That's only got one app on it. And I've developed a few more than one apps now. Okay, let's look at what's going on here. Let's look at the Fracto. Oh, we've got pink now as a color. We definitely don't want pink. Yeah, this hasn't really changed the layout. It's just purely changed. What does that just link to? That just links to the YouTube channel. Did the quiz change? I don't really see any change to the quiz. There's not much you could have changed on the quiz. What about the club page? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that is interesting. I'm going to publish it just because it's probably an improvement, just not the improvement that I really wanted. My problem is people grabbing forklifts, EPJs, without checking them out, running down batteries and abandoning equipment. All right, so, I mean, what would be cool is if you could have some sort of physical safe lock that has the key, like a little cubby hole with a magnetic lock on it, and the key goes back into the magnetic locked box, and they have to check it out on a checkout computer before that door opens to give them the key. That would be pretty cool. But that's more than just an app now. You're dealing with an API connecting to a magnetic lock. That would be a cool thing to create. And then you would need NFC chips in the box so that it knew when the key was being put back. That would be kind of cool. I'd love to spec that out. If you're never gonna fix stupid with an app. So even if you had a checkout, even if you had a checkout system, you know, I mean, you could have some. It's all going to be to do it properly. It's all going to be needing hardware tech. You know, things like if the key moves without it being checked out, it bleeps. You know, until it's put back to where its little near field boundary is. There's lots of fun things you could do, but it means APIs and connecting to the app, so that, you know, that item is allowed to be moved from its current position. But yeah, definitely something Famous can do. Well, apart from the hardware stuff, you can't prompt, please create me a NFC key fob with an alarm. If moved outside the NFC area, it's not going to do that. That's coming in a little bit with technology. You know, it's like the Jetsons with their food machine. You know, where you know, they type in what they want and out comes the food. Anyway, pretty cool. Can you ever have too many APIs? No. As long as they're working, Give me. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My cough is getting worse. Anyway, what I was saying. No, you can't have too many APIs as long as they work and don't conflict with each other. As soon as something starts conflicting, then you may have too many APIs. Well, not really, just conflicting APIs, and you want to work out which one is the worst of the two and find a suitable replacement for it that doesn't conflict. But no, I mean, you've got, I think I saw Sandra in the room here. Yeah, Sandra's in the room. Sandra's connecting to pretty much every API under the sun in her app. Google Calendar, Google Maps, Outlook 367 or whatever it's called. All of those. Instagram, Facebook, X, Twitter, Space Social, whatever they're calling that this week. Yeah, it does take a lot of effort. Every one API takes time to connect it, make sure it's working, make sure it's secure, and also make sure it's secure. When you're connecting your data to somebody else or somebody else's data to you, you need to make sure that security is number one here because you're transmitting data between systems. What you don't want to be doing is exposing your user database to their API because now you've... not sure why that Starbucks cup keeps appearing and disappearing. It's not moving, it's just... it just suddenly appears. Maybe it's suggesting I take a drink so that I stop coughing. Anyway, I'm sorry you're feeling under the weather, Sandra. It's definitely that time of year. All right, what should we do next? Does anyone have any other burning questions? Shall I work more on redesigning this to look nicer? Or shall I just count my losses and, I don't know. Let me see where that here. Let me give it this part to fix because that does look pretty shitty. All right. In the section Marc's Famous AI Expertise on the home page, the text is overlapping the boundaries of the box. Please make the icon on top of the text and ensure that the text doesn't escape the borders of each of its boxes. All right, there we go. Get that going while we're talking. All right, any other questions? What do we got here? Oh, Tina thinks it's the color scheme that throws it off. It's less purple than it was, and I think it's actually an improvement based on it's taken out so much of the purple, and I can't believe I'm actually saying that live on the interwebs, but it is less purple than it was, which I think is better than it was. White, purple, and gold is a pretty good contrasting color scheme. It should be able to create something. I think what it did though is it just worked on, you know, rounded corners and everything else, and it didn't actually really change the layout. It just replaced the emojis with icons, which is an improvement, and it replaced the background with white and then used the accent. So let's see if fix that. There we go. That's better. That bit's looking good. This is not designed by Famous. This is being brought in from Go High Level. And let's look at the Fracto services again. Well, it will... I think it needs variations of the purple. A 60-30-10 rule. Okay. All right. I'm willing to... Other than that, its function is most important. Yeah, well, it's functional. It's always been functional. You know, this app, or this website, I keep calling it an app, but it is effectively just a posh website. Okay, here's another one that the price doesn't fit on the box here. Let's just see if I can get a better screenshot of that. And where's my image? There it is. Come on, let's go. On the home page on the pricing table, we have the prices for Fracto falling off the edge of the pricing table card. Please ensure that all content on all throughout the site fits in the respective card with overflow. Please change the design slightly further using a 60-30-10 rule for heliotrope purple #8811DD. Keeping white and gold as secondary and tertiary colors. Okay. All right, we'll see what that looks like. Let's pull up the app in full. Yeah, so that doesn't, even on a full screen width, it still doesn't fit on the Fracto services. This is nice. I like this, where it's kind of giving it a little box there. That looks good. I don't dislike it. Let's see what it does with this change. This is very purple. Above the fold, the hero area. Oh, I should have told it about this this button here. Doesn't work. And then the done with you. We definitely need to make sure that the button here is above the fold. So we'll work on that. Yeah, I like Cartoon Mark too. It was taken from a headshot that I took of myself when my hair was the proper color of purple, which in fact, after this webinar, my hair is going to be redone, because right now it is far too dark and also far too grey in the roots. I don't know why the roots grow grey, because they're supposed to be purple. Anyway, that's I like it, and I like the fact that it's kind of got these highlights on the end. It's kind of pretty cool. Cool. Any questions, guys? We have another 30 minutes to answer any of your questions. That's what I'm here for, to make sure that you are just steaming through and having fun with Famous, with Superbase, with Stripe connections. the product I'm launching on Monday, or it might even launch over the weekend, but is going to be put into this this website, this app, and it will be using Stripe, which will all be integrated completely into the app, so that you're not leaving the app at that point. I'm kind of excited about it. Once I get all the OAuth set up, what should I hit next? I wouldn't get the OAuths all set up until you have the features of the one OAuth working first. So get that to the point that you've got emails being checked and those sort of things. So don't do just OAuth with no functionality, because if you hit an issue with the functionality on one, you're going to hit that same issue on all of them. And so you solve the problem with one, and then you add other OAuths to connect. So don't run too fast. You need to make sure you're getting one little thing working, one feature, get that working, and then add a second feature, get that working, and then check that the first feature didn't break when you added the second feature. Then add a third feature, and then get that working perfectly. Then check that the first and second feature didn't break when you added the third feature. Don't just add all the connections for all the features and then add all the services, because you're gonna run into more problems. Yeah, definitely. That's why when we were working together, Sandra, we put that, all of these are kind of grayed out. They're not being used, so that you then could deal with that one and move forward, rather than having to do them all. Because you can also launch and have testers working with that one. You can't have testers working with 10% of all of them. And so it's about getting people in pretty quickly. All right, now what's going on here? Chat's been busy. Janelle's put the link for AI app builders. You can see it for yourself and refresh it all weekend to see when I launch the new service. And I was attempting to create 240 a book at 240 pages, but it said it could only do 160. Is there a limit of pages for a book? So Tina, I'm not a super cool expert. I'm a famous expert. And I haven't written a book with super cool, so I can't answer that question. So I don't know about the limits. The way I would get around that limit, though, is just tell it to write the other chapters in a separate project. So, although you'd need to make sure you can link them together for continuity, but I don't know. Support at supercool.com, I'm sure, will be able to answer that question. Ryan hasn't upgraded his Otter plan, in case anyone's interested, nor has Kevin. So, just so you know. Sandra understands. Book time with me. Yep, Danelle's put in our booking link there. I am currently booked up quite far out. So if you're thinking, do you want to work with me in the future? It's a good time to think about that, a week to 2 weeks beforehand, and then you'll get me in the future, rather than you get to the future and then you realize that you need to wait another future for that to happen. I also had an issue with Supercool when I asked for a 5-minute YouTube video. Yes, I created a video with YouTube. I wanted it to be a 2.5-minute explainer video for my Chat with Santa product I developed last year, and it created me a 8-second video. So I think there's still some work happening there. It's improving every day. So just keep working at it, and it will definitely get better. Especially, like I said earlier, the whole Famous Labs ecosystem just got some pre-seed funding, and so I'm sure we're going to be seeing more development and faster with that news. I'm kind of excited about that. So cool. All right, look, let's see this now. Now this is a little bit better. What do we think of this? It's less purple, and the prices fit on here. This is covering up the actual name of the product. I'm not sure anyone actually listens to these most popular things anyway, so I might just get it to take that off. Yeah, this is it's looking a bit cleaner now, a little bit more modern, I would say. So thank you for that suggestion on the 60/30/10. Here is the this is nice. I like it. This is definitely. Let's look at this page. This is my bread and that still didn't change. So did it change it for the done for you? No, done for you, done with you, and Fracto. All the product pages done for you, done with you, and Fracto are still using the non 60/30/10 design. Please update them all to be the same theme as the home page. Also, let's go to the quiz. No, the club. No, it was showcase event. Let's go back here. Also, the events page does not have the menu header. Right, we'll get that done. Awesome, cool. There's not very many questions today. Is everyone just waiting for the weekend, or they're involved in the storm that's coming, and they're prepping? They're going to the local supermarket and buying all the toilet paper and water. What does it look like in a mobile? Good question. We'll wait until this. I didn't actually publish that, so we'll have to wait until this finished building so I can look at it in a mobile. Thank you, Tina. That's a great question. We did ask it to think about the mobile side of things, and then I didn't actually check what it looked like. So that's we're getting a lot of snow. Looking forward to it. Awesome. Sandra, I expect to see a snowman picture from you before the weekend's out. Yes, Tina, I'm in Texas too. I'm not sure if you can tell from my accent, but I'm just north of Austin, Texas, and I was supposed to be doing a really big event tomorrow, which I was super excited about, but it got cancelled because of this storm that's coming. It's weird that it's called Fern. To me, Fern sounds like a spring thing. You know, it's green. It's not wintry. What F word? What F word? What F word sounds like winter? Frost or frozen. Let it go. You know. But Fern to me just sounds too springy. That's why we're waiting for this. Let's just ask ChatGPT. What F words depict winter storms? Phoenix, Arizona. Are you expecting a storm? Or I doubt not in Phoenix. Freezing, frigid, frosty, frozen, fierce, furious, flash freeze, fog-bound, flurries, frost. Oh, fern, but spelt with an I. Compacted snow. See, they should have spelled it with an I. They spelled it with an E. I'm pretty sure they spelled it with an E. Oh, cool. Tina, you're doing the Famous Labs Accelerator. I was gutted I wasn't invited. I was expecting an invite, but it didn't come. So, it's a shame. It would have been good to have met you there. Anyway, let's go back and see what this has done. Not quite finished yet. Yeah, Dallas is going to be hit quite bad, Tina, so make sure you're prepared. I've seen lots of news about Dallas, so yeah, just be careful out there. Make sure you've got batteries for your phone charged up and backup batteries. I have this really nice Jackery box. It can power my laptop for a day, which is pretty cool. Not so cool if my mobile isn't working, so I don't have internet, but still. All right, let's see how this is getting on. I'm also going to go to the supermarket today and buy spaghetti bolognese ingredients. I love making spaghetti bolognese, and I'm going to make a huge batch this evening, so that if we do lose electric, I can at least eat cold spaghetti bolognese. Yes, a nice bottle of Rioja. Rioja is my favorite red wine. It's expensive in the US. It's a Spanish wine, and it's crazy. In the US, you can buy a nice bottle of Rioja for $3 to $4 US dollars. And how do you spell that? Rioja. Rioja. Let me put that down. Yeah, like that. That's how you spell it. Very, very nice. Very yummy. It goes great with steak. It goes great with spaghetti bolognese. It's pretty awesome. So, all right, now the done with you calls are all looking good. This is the photo that cartoon came from. It was using the same. This is done for you. That looks the same, and then Fracto. Fracto looks good too. Awesome. I'm actually getting a lot more interest in the Fracto services. My Fracto is fractional CTO. It basically means I join your team, and as part of this plan, I finish all your apps. I work on all your tech functions and so forth. I actually need to take off the Platinum CTO because there aren't any available. Actually, let's just do that now. Let's please flag as currently sold out. Make it so that I can unflag it when it's available again without losing functionality of the buttons when it's unflagged, and when it's flagged as sold out, the buy now button should not work. Yeah, because this is based on my time availability, I couldn't do another, even if someone waved $8 grand at me, I couldn't do another platinum right now, so we're going to switch that off. Yes, Ryoka is awesome, Sandra. Let me know if you like it. I hope you do. There's a burgundy labeled bottle, and it's called, I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'll send you a photograph of the bottle, and it's got two versions of it, a medium price version and an expensive version, and they're both as good as each other, unless you're spending a lot of money on steak and then buy the more expensive version just to, splash out. All right. Well, you've been very quiet with your questions today. Roger, Robert, Janelle. Who have we got? Some OGs. Who's going to be, and this is going to require a response, who's going to be at the Revenue Cat webinar on Monday? I noticed there were just less than, Sandra's coming, good. There's just less than 10 people registered at the beginning of this, probably. I love your commitment, Vincent. Yeah, there was just less than 10 registered before this webinar. I checked before I came online, and so it is straight after the club webinar. Let me get the time for you. Janelle will put the link in because she's amazing. It is 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. Thank you, Janelle. 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central is the time, and that's straight after the club webinar. So if you're a club webinar, it's basically back to back. And hopefully I'm not going to be too tired after doing one webinar before I go into that. But here's here we go. Currently sold out. Nice. I love it. I love it. So there we go. Now people also can see an urgency that, it won't be long before gold sold out and even silver sold out, and there's none of these available. And then we'll have a waiting list added to it, which will be, in fact, that's what it says. Add a waitlist feature for sold out plans, and store the waitlist signups in the Superbase table, and integrate with Go High Level for email notifications. Yes, let's do it. That's awesome. So because it already knows I've integrated this with Go High Level, it's suggesting that as a as an option, which is great. These green buttons that came out in September have been a godsend in thinking about what to do next. Now, they're not always great. There's sometimes where I've had 3 suggestions and I'm like, useless. Yes, the copy is, that was something I moaned at. I moaned at Dave for about 2 weeks on a daily basis saying, I want to copy them. And I think he got bored with me complaining. And so we got it added. But what I like to do sometimes, if the two things are similar, then I like to copy them both, paste them in, and then kind of tweak them accordingly. So it turns into one prompt instead of 2. Plan comparison table. We already have a plan comparison table. So sometimes it does get it wrong, where it's like kind of, well, I guess it's not a comparison table, but they are side by side. You can easily see the differences between the 3 packages. So awesome. But the green suggestions are awesome. I get a lot of compliments from clients that I'm building apps for, and they're like, oh, I noticed you added a so-and-so feature. Thank you, I love it. And, you know, they think that it's my great idea. And it's like, yeah, no, I just thought it was an important feature to add. And all I did was press the green button and it worked out well, you know. So, but it's great if you, you know, if you like their ideas, it's great to put it in. It's doing two things, though. It's encouraging you just to spend more money on prompts, which I've spent a lot this month. I'm nearly at the end of my limit, which is a bit scary. All right, come on. What's that? Benjamin's Otter has some takeaways from the meeting. Let's see what they are. Republish the redesigned site. Add a visible link to the hosting service on the site. Oh, this is nice. It's reminding me that I haven't done that yet. Fix the layout so that text does not overlap. We already did that, Otter. And apply the set. We already did that too. Nice. Awesome. Okay, so what did we just change? The Fracto service. Let's publish this, then you guys can look at it too. And then down here, join the waitlist. We press this and we'll put in an email address. All right. That got it. Now we should, I'm going to look on a different screen, but see whether that added that contact to Go High Level or not. Yeah, that user is not in. Oh wait, I'm not in the right. I'm not in the right project. That's why. Okay. There we go. Now they are in. Let me. I don't think I can share this screen, but they're now in Go High Level and they're tagged with Fracto waitlist. So I can now in Go High Level look through and see all the people that are in the Fracto waitlist. So when you know, someone decides that they want to go down to gold instead of platinum, I can then email everyone in the waitlist and say, okay, first come, first served, here's the link. And make it in stripes so that only one person can buy it. That way I don't end up overselling. So that's pretty cool. All right. We have 5 minutes. Meeting scheduled to end in 5 minutes. Yes, thank you, Bubbles. We know that. I love these otters and things. They just... Cool. Any other questions? Anyone? Wishlist counter. What's the wishlist counter do? Add a wishlist counter badge on sold out plan cards that show how many people are waiting. No, we don't want that. Query the waitlist. No, we don't want that. Auto. Create a system that automatically sends email notifications to waitlist subscribers when a plan is sold out. Status changes to false. No, we don't want that either. I'll do that myself. All right. Well, no other questions. We will use our time and get it back and go enjoy ourselves. I'm going to go have my hair done so that I look awesome for Monday's launch of the new service and for Devon's Revenue Cap webinar. Appreciate everybody. And don't forget, the replay of this is already in YouTube. So I will see club members on Monday. Everybody else who's coming to the Revenue Cap webinar, I'll see you on Monday afternoon. Everybody else, I'll see at the mega webinar on Wednesday. Cheers, guys. Have an amazing weekend. Stay warm and see you Monday. Adios.
Record.